G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a vampire switchblade with 40% faster swing speed and 90% reduced weight, major and minor legendary effects respectively. A 3-star weapon, a very high quality one, and a very powerful one. Without any perks, this thing is doing 87 damage, which is actually really powerful. I'll get to that a little bit later, but yes, vampires on a weapon like this. Obviously, you're going to be stabbing very fast thanks to the faster swing speed, as well as this thing's animations in general, and also the martial artist perk, so making use of that vampire's slight regeneration when you hit an enemy is going to be useful. Now, if you've seen my vampires minigun video, I sort of gated myself with radiation at around 20% health, a little bit under, so I can make use of nerd rage and further push up my damage. I'm attempting to do the same with this, and I think we'll be okay with it. We're going to add stealth into the mix too, so we'll have even more damage pouring out of this thing. I feel like this is going to be a very good high risk, high reward type weapon. If stealth fails, we're dead, but we've got a couple of things to help us out with that. So let's go ahead and get into our perks. Actually, damage first. So 87 damage compared to a bloodied cultist dagger doing 73. I don't know why the switchblade does better damage, but it does. I'll take it, whatever. Anyways, so going over to the perks, obviously Gladiator is going to improve this thing's damage, so chuck on 3 ranks of those, and to increase our damage ever so slightly more. Bloody Mess. Now for survivability, we've got moving target and agility. That gives us more resistance without power armor. I think we get an extra, 12 energy and damage resistance, which is going to be helpful. And serendipity, below our 30% threshold, which obviously it constitutes 20%, which we'll be sitting under. Yes, 45% chance of coin flips, chance to avoid all damage, which is going to be very, very helpful indeed. I've also got awareness here, because concentrated fire doesn't help us, and let's get a look at our enemies' resistances for once, so we can know what sort of enemies are weak to what. And of course, Nerd Rage is going to help us out quite a bit. Ninja, sneaking, and yep, unyielding bits. Let's just get into it. So we're sitting at 160 damage with all of those perks applied. Stupid fucking thing is broken again. God damn it, weapon card. Why can't you ever behave? Alright, so note the health bar, not the helmet I'm wearing. And yes, you can see that it's very red right now. And we've got our damage up to almost 400, which is pretty damn badass. Obviously the bloodied cultist dagger has left this thing in the dust being bloodied, but for a vampire's weapon, that's not bad. So for the modifications of this thing, I've got the serrated blade. This thing, I didn't get from scrapping. I got the plan for this and scrapped about 50 of the bastards, but nothing came up. Had to go down to one of the raider vendors and just pick up the external mod to put right onto here. 397 with the serrated blade, 366. So you don't get a whole lot of damage out of it, but it is damage nonetheless, so worth having. So a quick look at my gear, all unyielding bits, and there is my mutations, my special stats as follows: 5 whole endurance, could you believe it? That is being boosted by the jumpsuit, the Officer Brotherhood of Steel Officer jumpsuit. I get 3 endurance out of that, and obviously the 3 that I get with instantly dead. Yeah, the 2 that I get through the rejuvenated perk are just my base stats. So, yep, no need to heal just yet. And also, yes, alright, we're in danger now, so whatever shall we do, eh? We'll just stab these guys and... Oh, for fuck's sake, game, stop doing this shit, alright? It's really quite annoying. Alright, so, so far so good. And yes, you'll notice that there is resistance numbers under the health bars. It doesn't look quite as good as it did back in Fallout 4. It felt like it was more part of the BATS UI. Had the same colors on it and everything. You can see their levels now, although you could always see the levels, so that's unfortunately not really all that great, but yes, it is worthy of knowing what exactly damage resistances are. And there we go, there's serendipity activating, and that's probably at 6 adrenaline right now, doing 541 damage. Yeah, not too bad. So having no real trouble right now. And honestly, this could be a weapon used very well with the bloodied cultist blade. Maybe you take a few hits or whatever with the bloodied cultist blade, you quickly switch to this and regen some of that health that you lost. Not that you'd really need all that much more damage out of this, because this thing is absolutely shredding these super mutants. There's a turret down there. That's a little bit concerning because they do stagger you. We'll jump on top of him like Obi-Wan Kenobi. We'll skip the hello there and immediately stab him in the face. Again, like Obi-Wan Kenobi should have done. I'm pretty sure I shouldn't have Born Survivor on. Okay, so Born Survivor has been replaced by Escape Artist. That's an error on my part. I should have noticed that. But yes, definitely don't want to use Born Survivor here. It's just a waste of stim packs when the weapon we have in our hands can be our stim pack. Only we won't be stabbing ourselves with the stim pack to heal ourselves. We'll be stabbing others with it. So it's kind of like an anti-stim pack. It's got the same sort of shape going on, which is kind of nice. But for a big damage dealing weapon, it's not really going too bad, especially when set out with this particular way. I can 1-2 stab these guys and I've got all the survivability that I'd ever want. Obviously I don't have the damage output of something like Critical Savvy, but I'm willing to sacrifice 3 points of luck to... Oh, come on, game. There was a thing in my way and Bats was like, nah bro, don't like getting cocked blocked by Bats. Anyways, moving over to the next blokes, which is here, by the way. Yes, you're dead next. And if we go back into sneaking at this point, we should be back in the caution. And we could go around one-stabbing all of these guys. So, honestly, for a stealth weapon, this is doing very, very well indeed. We should have fucking killed him there. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these weapons sometimes. Sometimes they just don't hit. It never really happens for some weapons, but some weapons is worse than others. I imagine it's just some sort of netcode thing. The game doesn't exactly land your stabs, but that's okay. As long as we don't take any rads, we're going to be quite fine, honestly. And there we go. There's another instance of serendipity activating there, not taking any of that damage. So, you know, ranged opponents that don't use automatic weapons are immediately half voided. But we got relatively outdone there. We should have killed him though, because that was a sneak attack critical for like 3 times damage. So a little bit unlucky there, but there you go. The fatal flaw of this tactic here. Yeah, we don't really have any defense against missiles. Yes, unfortunately when you do come back, the game removes some rads from you, but luckily we can still one-shot these guys if sneaking whilst using sneak attack criticals. Anyway, fucking hell, game, I'm getting really tired of your shit right now. That should have been a kill. I expect more snappy kills when I'm stabbing super mutants like this. It's just a kick in the teeth, a kick in the head, if you will, to, you know, run up and stab a super mutant, then him not dying. You know, you have to stay there a bit longer to make sure he's dead, which is annoying. We'll get our revenge on the control room arsehole in a second, but for now, let's kill all of his mates down here. Right. Get started on these guys, doing the stealth stabby maneuver. There's another legendary for you, and he had a Zealot's Assaultron blade. And someone is screaming. I don't know. That's probably just a legendary who is a coward. And this time we are... Well, where is everybody? I'm in danger, for crying out loud. Someone better come out here and face me. And there's an exterminator sniper rifle. Hey, that's Reba. That's Reba from, or Reba 2 from Fallout 4. That's nice. And what do we have around here? We've got someone. Yes, yes we do. Stab him. Yes. Keep stabbing him. That's another one you owe me, game. That one was a block, so yeah, I get that one. Although his block animation showed up like 2 seconds after I stabbed him, which was kind of annoying. Did you come back? I feel like you come back. Well, at least at this point, we've still got the serendipity bonus. We just don't have the bonus damage output of Nerd Rage, so a little bit more survivability for a little bit of damage, which, you know, you could stand to lose a bit of damage. You can lose a bit of damage fine. It's not like we're struggling in terms of damage here. When we can 3-stab a super mutant warlord like that, yeah, we're doing quite fine. And I just got to take out the rest of them in here. On this floor, I run up and a power attack kills these guys instantly, and there's a level up. I kind of wanted that for a bit, because there's something I want to do with my perk cards in a moment. We'll see that a little bit later. Okay, now to get my sweet revenge. this time we go in more sneaky like. Oh, he doesn't have any ammo for his missile launch yet. You won the battle, but you did not win the war. Oh, that's another Western. No, I'm not playing my gunslinger character. Western revolvers aren't anything to me with this character. But yep, there you have it. Vampire Switchblade. Jesus. Yeah, Vampire Switchblade doing very, very well indeed. Survivability is high, although you're gonna struggle against guys with missile launchers or Fat Mans or any other sort of area that is, you know, got things with high damage outputs that can one-shot you at 20% health. But whatever, you can come back and stab them anyway, that's fine. Alright, it's an action-packed beginning here as the ghouls have decided to come into my grill today rather than, you know, like, me running into their place, and I'm fucking happy about this, by the way. I have been here for a fucking hour trying to record this shit. I'm going to die because, yes, with ghouls, there's a certain inevitability of the rads you're gonna take, especially if you're using a, melee weapon, and right now I'm not, you know, set up properly. If I had a little bit less radiation, I think I went overboard there. Now we're sitting in a much better spot, honestly. So with that in mind, let's go back and kill some of the floating ghouls. Okay. Whatever you say, game. We'll go back to killing ghouls as usual. And yes, not even the health regeneration saved us there, so unfortunately, unlike the minigun vampires tactic that I did, it doesn't really work against ghouls like it did with the super mutants because, again, those rads are going to absolutely pulverize you. But you can always do Rad-X, you can do Rad Shield, you can do, or the diluted Rad-X, if you've got mutations, don't want to see them go. But yes, there's always options to give you a little bit more rad resistance. You could maybe kill this fucking ghoul, Jesus Christ. Also, having a look at their resistances, I'm pretty sure, unlike the super mutants, these guys' resistances are sort of the same all the time, because there's no actual bits of armor that they wear, no differentiation in any of the stuff that they can have equipped, so they all look the same, sort of, so they probably have all the same damage resistances. I did see another charred one, level 62, but I don't know where he went. But I think we're about done, except for that one that I can't kill who's sleeping on midair. I guess we got to leave him alone, because his god powers far outweigh mine. So, yep, we'll leave him alone, and we'll move on to some monsters that don't horribly irradiate us. There you are, you bastard. Where do you think you're going, mate? You're going to hell. But first, I'm gonna stab this bear, because fuck bears. Yeah, that's right, you better explode at being poked with a fucking switchblade. Alright, good news, Nerd Rage activated, which means we could probably stealth stab Swan until he dies. Too late to scream, Swan, you're already dead. Alright, let's move on to the crabs. Let's take this momentum and move on to the crabs, because I'm about done with recording. I'm tired. Okay, so I haven't really been paying attention to, you know, all of the awareness stuff that has showed up, but I hope if you have been, you've learned something. Maybe you've seen that something has a little bit less energy resistance, or that more enemies have more energy resistance over ballistic resistance, which could explain why ballistic weapons seem to hit harder in this game. Fuck this Newt Gunray in particular. Don't like him. I'm not a fan of that guy. He's very, very powerful. Very, very strong. Ooh, it's a 3-star little Mirelurk, dude. Well, we'll go and stealth stab him. And this time we don't even have to use a grenade to activate the queen. That's nice. And do I hear another Mirelurk? We'll creepily stab you. And that should be, again, damage at 60%. We saw this earlier, but, you know, it's worth showing again if you've forgotten, because I certainly have. 524 damage. Very, very good indeed. That's with no chems either. Alright, so as usual, we'll finish off with a Scorch Beast attack, who, in fact, spawned right in front of me there, which was, it's cheating, but whatever. We've got Serendipity, we've got him on the ground. Let's just get a bit of healing on that fellow, and then we can take on the bat, because he doesn't know where we are right now, and we can just stab him like that. I saw 112 ballistic resistance. I didn't see what his energy resistance was. Feel free to rewind if you're willing to see that. But I think I've demonstrated this thing to be pretty damn good. Yes, it's been quite fun to use, except for when that happens. Yeah, sometimes you fucking die, don't ya? This is obviously not the best way to run this thing. It is the most high risk, high reward though, because at least the damage was good. And on that very dead note there, I think I'm going to leave it there. So yep, the Vampire's Swing Speed Switchblade, a very good weapon. Some probably overpowered. That's like baby's first knife in this game, and it does more damage than a cultist dagger, which feels kind of backwards, but whatever. It's a pretty damn good weapon. If you'd like to see this thing in your game, it's a 3-star weapon. Good luck. Maybe you're watching this post-patch where they bring in that legendary vendor, and you can make it for yourself, but I don't know. There's probably other weapons you'd prioritize over this, right? I don't really know, but yep, Vampire's Switchblade with swing speed and weightless does good. And yep, that's it. Thanks for watching.